Well, Corus International has just launched the Food for Progress Traceability and Resilience in Agriculture and Cocoa Ecosystems TRACE project in Abuja, Nigeria. Now, the launch coincided with the second Global Cocoa Festival. To tell us more about TRACE, I'm joined from Abuja, Nigeria by Macek, who is a Corus International Vice President of Rural Economies and Agricultural Livelihoods, joins us via Skype. Welcome to Africa 54.
Thanks, Vincent.
Yes, now, first tell us about the project itself, TRACE, what really you do, what the objective is with that.
Excellent question. So we're here in Abuja, Nigeria, launching the new Food for Progress program supported by the U.S. Department of Agriculture to basically support the increased productivity of cocoa in Nigeria, as well as ensuring access to markets for Nigerian cocoa. The program itself will target about 1/3 of Nigeria's cocoa producing states, but will cover nearly 2/3 of the overall production because it's quite concentrated in Nigeria. And so we'll be looking at issues of climate smart agriculture, what we call climate smart cocoa, ensuring that cocoa is produced in an environmentally sensitive and sustainable fashion, and also ensuring that Nigeria's cocoa continues to be able to access the global markets for cocoa and chocolate that are increasingly concerned with the conditions of production, whether deforestation has recently occurred, whether there's presence of child labor, and whether the cocoa business itself is paying a fair wage.
And we know that some of those are really old problems, especially the labor situation and also the environmental degradation. To what extent are the local authorities working with you to ensure that those areas are at least once and for all addressed?
Excellent question. We are working very closely with the government of Nigeria, both at the federal level and at the regional state level, where the government has recently announced a new national cocoa development plan, which is in the process of being put into policy and practice. It will require some changes in the Nigerian regulations and policy, but we're pleased to be working with the government and with the private sector to ensure that the cocoa produced by Nigeria meets international standards, both in terms of safety and quality. And part of that is ensuring that child labor, particularly the worst forms of child labor, whereby children might be mixing chemicals or using sharp instruments or carrying heavy loads, is completely eradicated from the cocoa value chain, and that while they may work on the farm, they're not actually exposed to any hazards. In addition to that, we're also very concerned with the pressure on land and natural resources that cocoa productivity and cocoa production can have, and making sure that cocoa doesn't inadvertently result in new deforestation in some of the areas that are of high biodiversity value for the world and for Nigeria.
Yeah, that's good news for the farmers and also for us, the consumers. Thank you very much. Paul Macek is Corus International Vice President of Rural Economies and Agricultural Livelihoods. Thank you very much.